Hello, lovely yogi. I'm Sejal, and thank you so much for joining me for this Yin Mini Flow refresh. In the course of the day, one of the best things that we can do to take really good care of body, our mind, our soul is to remember to breathe well. So today we are going to join the gentle opening and release of the yin poses with some inspired, intentional, deep belly breathing to help you feel restored and renewed and ready for the rest of your day. So let's begin in a comfortable seated posture, just crossing the legs, placing the hands onto the thighs, and maybe allow your eyes to close. And feel how your body is touching the earth. Feel your body connecting to the support of the props beneath you. And from that foundation, just grow a little taller through the spine. Let your shoulders relax. Feel your jaw soft. Allow the eyes to soften. And just for now, try setting aside anything that's not happening in the here and the now. Begin to focus on the flow and the feel of your breath. Notice how following the breath begins to move your attention deeper inside. And now just place your hands lightly over the low belly, just a little bit below your navel. And feel how your belly moves in harmony with your breath. And if there's room to, without straining, see if you can breathe just a little deeper into the lower abdomen. As you inhale, feel it's rising and filling. And as you exhale, how it falls and softens. Breathing deeply into the belly, feel its rise and its fall. And now to clear out any stagnant or trapped air from the bottom of the lungs, we'll add a few clearing and cleansing breaths. So at the bottom of your exhale, when you feel like you can't expel any more air, just see if there's a little bit more that you can blow slowly out through the mouth. Breathe in. And you breathe out, and when the navel comes towards the back of the spine, gently blow out any remaining air through the mouth. It's like you're blowing out a candle. And try one more. Inhaling, exhaling. The very bottom there, blow out any remaining air. And then just resting the hands in the lap to notice any effect. To really sense how you've created more space in the lungs to bring in more fresh oxygen. And gently open the eyes. And we'll begin with a little bit of movement to help to open the sides of the body. So you're going to inhale and sweep the arms out and overhead, touch the palms. And with the exhale, take the left hand down to the left hip. Inhale, lengthen through the right side, and exhale, side bend. The left elbow bends, let it move in towards the body rather than back or towards the sides of the mat. If this is really far away, just place your hand on a block. And now inhale, stretch up, touch the palms, and then exhale to the other side, right hand down. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, sink a little more into the right side. Stack your left shoulder on top of the right. And then let's do breath and movement. Inhale, touch the palms as you root down through the sitting bones, be long. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, side bend right. Inhale, reach the palms. Pause. This time we'll twist. Exhale, twist to the left. Left hand behind you, right hand on top of the leg. Look over the shoulder. Settle the shoulders directly atop the hips. Continue to breathe. Inhale, come up to center, touch your palms. Exhale, twist to the other side. Breath and movement. Breathe in, sweep the arms, touch the palms, maybe look up. Exhale, twist to the left. One more time, breathe in. Stretch up, root down. Exhale, twist to the right. And then inhale, come up to center, touch the palms. With the exhale, bring the hands down to the heart center. Just bowing in for a moment. You might like to set an intention for your practice. Maybe something you'd like to cultivate to carry with you through the rest of your day. Gently lift the gaze, let the hands come down. We're going to start in our first posture, but first let's actually just stretch the legs out for a moment and get a little bit of space and opening through the backs of the knees and the back seam of the legs all the way down and out through the heels. And now we're going to come into Sukhasana. So right shin in front of left to get started. I'll mirror you. And you can have support underneath the knees here, blocks underneath the knees. If this feels okay and the hips and knees allow, you could walk your feet out so that they move more towards the knees. So they're away from you and towards the knees for square pose. And if it still feels okay and accessible, you could place the right shin on top of the left for fire log. So we're going to prepare for a fold. Have your bolster out in front of you in case you need that. Root down through the sit bones, lengthen through the spine, and begin to ease your upper body forward over your legs. You could rest forearms or head onto the bolster. You could also, if you need to go deeper, rest directly onto the mat. I'm going to start with the spine straight, and then you can flex the lower back if that feels okay. Rounding all the way through the spine and down through the neck if the neck allows. Hands can stay kind of under the forehead. Arms might reach forward to stretch a little bit more through the shoulders. So to support the good work you're doing here and to help those benefits go deeper, just want to maintain mild sensation held in your mindful awareness. So no pain, nothing sharp, localized, no burning or numbness or tingling. But instead, you just want to feel diffuse sensations of light tugging or a little bit of pressure, but just not too much. So with your awareness turned to the inside, just begin to notice. You're likely feeling this sensation rise up through the outer hips, outer legs, down the pathway of the IT band, which attaches to the knee. You might also discover some sensation arising through the spine, the inner legs as well. So you want to keep watching like this throughout the poses so that you can adjust your body or your props, the shape in any way so that you stay with this healthy level of stimulation. And then once you find that, just let your body settle into the stillness. Feel gravity holding you. Just feel yourself softening towards the earth. And notice in the stillness how your muscles can let go. And how this helps to settle the mind more. So your mind's open to whatever is happening here and now. It's held in your compassionate attention so that what's here can be noticed and felt. And then let your breathing be deep and full so that you feel it expanding the low belly as you inhale. Releasing the low belly as you exhale. 3 more breaths like this. I'm just going to take your time as you place your hands to the mat and gently rise on up and unfold the legs one at a time so you can stretch them out long out in front of you. Feel the release. Hands can support you as you sit up tall here. Stay here or just gently fall just a little bit over the legs. Nothing too extreme or forced, just soft folding. It's a gentle counter pose to the work. Notice any after effects of that first pose, how it's touching your body, where any sense of opening or release and where. Keep letting go of the muscles, nothing to hold on to. Great, and then slowly come on up. And we're going to go to the other side. We'll just start with a Sukhasana pose. So left shin in front of the right. And we'll begin with some side bending. So inhale and sweep the arms up, touch the palms. And with the exhale, right hand comes down by your right hip. Really lengthen through the left side body. Breathe in and then exhale, side bend to the right. Soften the left sitting bone to the floor. Lean a little bit further if you can without forcing. Then inhale, stretch up, touch the palms. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach on over. Left elbow turns in towards the side of the body. Right sitting bone stays rooted to the floor. That way you'll get a nice deep opening through the rib cage. And now breath and movement. Inhale, touch the palms. Exhale, side bend right. Lean. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, side bend left. Sinking in. Inhale, touch the palms. Pause. Exhale, twist to the right. Left hand to the leg. Right fingertips kind of perched behind you so you have a straight, tall spine as you look back over your shoulder. Keep it soft through the neck, but feel a nice opening. And then inhale, touch the palms, come to center. Exhale, do it again on the other side. Twist to the left, left fingertips behind you, shoulders directly over hips. Breath deep and full, right into that low belly. Join breath and movement. Inhale, touch the palms, come to center. Exhale, twist to the right. One more time, breathe in, stretch up. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, touch the palms overhead. Just feeling an alignment between mind and your thoughts and your words as the thumbs drift down to the heart. Your actions. Let the hands rest to the thighs. Take a moment here so you can stay with this posture, or if the body allows, go ahead and walk the feet out towards the knees so you're in a square shape. Toes curl back towards the knees in all of these variations, and then left shin can also stack on top of the right for fire log. And remember, you can have your bolster out in front of you. I do want to mention you can have it up on an angle or even on your lap or just sitting in front. All right, and now lengthen through the spine. Breathe in. Gently come forward as you exhale, bowing into the shape and rounding as the low back allows, otherwise keeping that spine nice and straight. So no rush, you just feel your way in until you have that mild sensation arising again, once again, through the hips, and maybe for you through the spine, and you might feel it through the adductors of the inner legs as well here. And just with your compassionate eyes, be an observer. And let your attention sink below the surface of the skin. Look deep within as you're scanning for sensations. Noticing if it's workable, if it's not too much, not too little, if not, what you might change. And once the sensations feel right for you, then just see if you can let them be as you continue to watch them. And then notice what happens to the sensations when you stay present to them in this way, if they over time stay the same, if they start to change. And keep watching and feeling what's there. And continue with your deep, full belly breathing. Inhaling into the lower abdomen, feel that expansion and the rise. Exhaling from deep from that space, feel the release and the softening. So with each deep and easeful breath, can you feel relaxation moving deeper into the cells, deeper into all parts of your body? You have about a minute remaining here. And now slowly help yourself upright. So the blister goes to the side. Lean back. Uncross the legs one at a time. Expect them to feel pretty fragile. So you just want to take care in this transition. It can be nice just to stay upright, to take in the effect. Or for others, maybe you just casually drop your upper body gently over the lower body. Notice how your body has responded. Notice how it might be changing or shifting on the inside. And keep breathing in that way, deep and full into the low belly. So regular shallow breathing under oxygenates the brain, the muscles, blood, and cells. And then slowly walk your hands back towards you. Come on up. And we'll move into a little bit of a little flow before our next posture. So just wanted you to be sure that you have the blanket underneath your knees towards the back third of your mat. And then have your blocks towards the front. And come to tabletop position, hands and knees. We'll begin with a little cat-cow flow. So as you inhale, let the belly dip down and lift the tailbone a little bit in the gaze. And then as you exhale, round the spine, press into the hands and drop your hips back towards your heels to a degree that feels like a nice stretch for your spine. Reach out through the fingertips. Let's do that again. Rock forward to tabletop. Inhale, cow pose, like a nice fluid movement. Tailbone up, belly down. Exhale, round through the spine, hips back towards heels, stretch out. Again, inhale, tailbone high, lift the gaze. Exhale and round, drop back. And now as you inhale, come back to tabletop into cow. Pause, tuck your toes under, and stay here. Come into a down dog, nice and gentle. Let the hips lift up towards the ceiling, the heels drop towards the floor. Press into the palms and keep it nice and soft, nothing too intense. Maybe walk out through your dog a little bit, bend one knee, bend the other. And let's put it all together. Inhale, knees down, cow pose, tip the tailbone. Exhale, round to cat. Hips towards heels to child's, and then inhale, come back, tabletop, tip the tailbone. Exhale, down dog. Hips go up and back. And then bring the knees down, come to tabletop position and pause. And we'll set up for our next yin pose. So from this position, you're just going to step your right foot towards your right thumb. That left knee is back on the blanket behind you. Now you can have your blocks out in front so that they're framing the front foot here. And you're just letting your hips sink towards the floor. Your right knee is more or less over your right ankle. And if that causes too much compression in the front of the hip, just go ahead and walk your right foot out to the right a little bit. Now you can stay here in baby dragon, or if the hips allow, rest both forearms onto the front thigh. If things feel still pretty steady, then you can press into the front thigh, straighten through the arm, and lift up into an upright dragon pose. So choosing the option that feels best for you. Just by, keeping your attention curious on what's happening on the inside, staying inquisitive, and noticing how the sensations are affecting your breathing. Because our breath will let us know, if we've pushed too far, too fast. So you want to continue with your practice of blending mild sensation with whole body relaxation. Now we'll transition to the next pose. So placing your hands to the blocks, you can stay in baby dragon, or walk your right hand to the inside of your right foot and come into inside dragon, keeping both hands onto the blocks. You could lower the blocks. You could place your forearms onto the floor. Now we'll stay here, or twisting dragon, lengthen through the spine as you inhale, twist to the right as you exhale. So right hand into right hip, looking over the right shoulder. Again, you could lower onto your left forearm if that's what you need. And here we have about a minute remaining. So working deep into the hips, the hip flexor on the left side, the inner groin area, all areas where you are likely to be feeling this. Maybe you try taking, experiment with taking your breath into and through sensation. And just notice what effect the breath has as it blends with that stimulation. What happens as the two intersect? You have about half a minute remaining. You can always let the right knee drop out to the right more. If you need to open through the inner leg more, come onto the outer right foot. And now place the right foot to the floor if it's not, and place your hands onto the blocks. Slip your right knee back behind you and rock back into your child's pose, hips towards heels. Stretch the arms out. Give those hips a rest here. As you watch the after effects, try to stay with a deep belly breathing, inhaling and filling. Exhaling and releasing the low belly. And as you're ready, slowly roll on up, and we'll go to our tabletop position to come into our dragons on the other side. So from hands and knees pose, you're just going to step your left foot forward, so knee is over ankle. And again, hands can come onto the blocks, framing the front foot. Want the knee over the ankle to get started, baby dragon. Again, if there's too much pressure in the front of the hip, just try toe heeling your left foot over to the left side of your mat a little bit. And you can stay here in this first option, feeling it through the front hip flexor, or the front of the right thigh, the hip flexors, maybe through the inner groin, hamstring area. Rest your forearms onto the front thigh if you need to go a little deeper to feel it. And of course, you could also come to upright dragon, just hands press into the thigh. You're just lifting your torso away from the hips rather than rocking in and up out of the shape. Find the option that feels right for you on this side. And if you're noticing, the areas of sensation, areas of tightness, see if you can feel how this deep, full abdominal breathing can help to transform any of that congestion or holding into energy, into flow. Okay, now stay here. Or for twisting dragon, we'll start with inside. Bring the left hand inside the left foot. Left foot walks out to the left a little bit. And lengthen the spine and begin to twist to your left. Left hand into the hip. Lower down if you need to, so that you could have your forearm onto the block or your hand onto the floor. And you can also let the knee drop out to the left, come onto the outer left edge of the foot. Keep the awareness on the sensations and that deep, full breath. So enhanced deep breathing helps in this way. We're helping to kind of improve the quality and quantity of our internal energy and its flow. So when our inner energy, our chi, is flowing well, we feel happier, we feel better, more present in our lives. The Taoists say that we inhale when we're born and we exhale when we die, and the quality of all those breaths in between determines the quality of our chi and therefore the quality of our life. So the work we're doing here is so important to support our peace and health both on and off the mat. And take your time, place the left foot to the floor, come back to your dragon, baby dragon pose, and then just slip that left knee back. Be mindful in your transition. You can always stay up seated, hips to heels, or come forward into a variation of a child's pose. You can have your blocks under your forehead. That feels better. The breath moves energy, so keep breathing with awareness deeply into the low belly. Feel its rise from the low belly. Feel its fall. And slowly roll on up through the spine. And set your blocks to the side. We're going to come to lay back into final relaxation. So you can have, if you feel like you'd have a little more opening through the chest, you can take a kind of a soft supported fish pose. You're always welcome to just lay onto your back for your final rest, or you could angle your bolster up so that the block is the second height underneath the bolster, and then you take your blanket and place it even as a pillow or the top edge of the bolster. And then you come to sit in front of the bolster Um, Feet towards the edges of the mat, knees bent, and then just begin to lay back. And if it feels okay on the low back, you can stretch the legs out. Let the arms rest down by your sides. And feel your whole body begin to relax onto the support beneath you. Take a long, deep breath in. Feel yourself filling with this life-giving breath. And as you exhale, feel your whole being releasing even more. Let your awareness just float freely in the spaciousness of your ever-loving heart. Stay here and rest for as long as it feels right for you. I look forward to our next practice together. From my heart to yours, namaste.